Good evening. I'm your host, Don Armando. This is Historias Urbanas con Don Armando. So stay tuned. I got some heat for you. Well, not really, but you know. Yeah. Good evening, Cacho. How you doing? Ah, okay. Hey, Don Jose, how you doing? That's good. All right. Hey, Don Jose, how you doing? Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
Okay, so what's the topic for tonight?
Yeah, the topic tonight, I'm trying to at least get a Dominican urban artist right here, so therefore we could talk about how they actually came out in the movement and everything like that. So that's what I actually trying to have to go. Originally I was about to do it Friday night, but the wife was tired, so I was like, okay, so I just put it to this date.
Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, I just completed my stream.
All right. How did that go?
Well, you know, you know, um, I was the only one on the panel, and usually I don't talk for more than an hour by myself. But the topic was how to become a productive, how to create a productive YouTube channel.
Right.
So I was just sharing some tips on what to do and things of that nature. It's based purely on my own experiences as a YouTube creator for almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
So
Don't get me wrong. I was like I did like the YouTube thing on and off, but I didn't really do it like on a consistent thing either. I didn't have like the right equipment or something like that. But
mhm.
because I have videos on my page that's been like since I'll say like around 2008 when I first actually was recording certain stuff within the Dominican urban movement. So you know that's what it
Okay,
is.
I see. Okay. Tonight seems to be a very busy night when it comes regarding streams because I think around 9 or 9:30, the future is golden. Is I think she's going to be on live as well.
All right. Well, shout out to her.
Yeah, but you know, uh, when it comes to creating a YouTube channel, there's certain things try to avoid certain mistakes that I see people do. So basically, I mean, like I said, I don't claim to be an expert. I'm just sharing uh, what's been successful for me.
Right.
Yeah. So um, any plans regarding the holidays?
Well, as you know, I'm about to go to my wife's uncle house, and they're about to celebrate. So my sister hopefully we could link up and meet, talk or whatever, have dinner, and then that's it. So it's like well, it's something that that they're trying to do different this year. So even though I only been to the uncle's house, but not on a Christmas setting, so I'm just waiting to see it, or waiting to enjoy the holidays like that.
Yeah. I might spend it with one of my nieces. I really, at this point, I really don't know. But are you expecting like a special guest to show up tonight, or is this going to be a general discussion?
I mean, I was trying to actually have certain guests come up who was like from the Dominican urban movement and such, because I was them about it. I don't know if they're busy or anything, but I'm just gonna try to at least put this out there. So therefore, even though if I'm successful or not, I'm just trying to make that segment Friday, and if people see like what it is, hopefully they'll support it. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. I see what you
Hopefully,
mean. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So,
But it looks like that sometimes that my open topics segment will be getting more traction. So I might try to do something. I've been trying to do something about, I guess, the powers that be, but it looks like that the guy that I wanted to speak with, but looked like he had like a overtime and stuff since he runs his own security company. So I was going to learn from him what I guess this term, which is called Anunnaki, means. I mean, I've heard it like for like 12 years right now, but I did not know what the definition or what it's actually pertaining to.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just trying to do something different because sometimes when it's certain stuff that I guess in the conspiracy realm, whatever a person will call it,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be like, okay, this is good or whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, well, look, I think I think sometimes, there's certain times where we try to plan a certain topic and we hope that it will become very successful. Sometimes those plans tend to go awry, and then at times when they go well, tend to be
Yeah.
successful. I think it also has to. I think it also has to do with the time.
Yeah, that too, because it's like I seen another YouTuber. He had like his YouTube, I guess, going into the morning or whatsoever. So I was just going to work and everything like that. I just stopped in for a little bit and that was it. Even though it's not my plan to go and try to debate with certain idiots on who I am or anything like that. Because to me, that's like, okay, that's just a waste of time. Because at the end of the day, I know who I am, and if people don't care,
Yeah.
well, what can I do? And it's funny on how that's a topic till this day. I'm like just like, come on. People can say what they say, but I was like, okay, where's your evidence? No, you're just using your emotional response. You're not showing me solid evidence. So, or it's like, it's just a waste of time, basically.
Yeah, well, one thing I noticed that when it comes to certain individuals in these YouTube streets, when they argue, it's based on emotional arguments. It's not they're not giving any facts or anything to consider. It's just everyone's being led by emotions and what have you. And when you have to go emotional, you lost the argument before you started.
Thank you. And then on top of it, it's like, it's funny because I'm just gonna say this. There's a certain YouTuber who I'm not YouTuber or whatever the heck tuber it is. This guy, right, has been, you know, on all
Yeah.
platforms has been called an idiot. So therefore, the way that he tried to project himself is like a little kid saying like, okay, let's say when you're a young man, right? Y'all be like, okay, you have your crew, like, yeah, this is our crew, whatever, right? Now imagine uh,
Yeah.
a grown man saying, yo, this is whatever. Now, let me remind you, you could go around and talk about whatsoever, right? We could talk about
Uh-huh.
we're Hispanic. We could talk about whatever. But if you try to put like how should I say, like a childish mindset to to an ideal, my thing is, how is it that people are gonna actually follow you? That's one thing that I actually see, which is very confusing.
Yeah.
Like for example, that's like a grown man, right? Like I'm not gonna front. I like the Power Rangers, and sometimes I like the old Power Rangers. But there's a certain there's a there's a certain thing that a man has to grow out of childish things. So therefore, if I'm gonna go and do certain things, I'm trying to do it as an adult figure and not to sound childish. But To me, if you're gonna go and try to say, "Oh yeah, this is whatever," you sound childish, and you actually lost the war. And it's to the
Yeah.
point that when I mention this person, like in the platforms of TikTok and Clubhouse, they say that this guy's a complete idiot. So therefore, right then and there, it just shows that this guy's movement has no traction. If in Clubhouse you're not getting any traction, on YouTube you're not getting any traction, and then on top of it, in his own neighborhood, nobody know who he is. So
Hmm.
that thing is that he's like the least influential person to go around and try to make a fake system on trying to tell a person who they are.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see your point. I see your point. And and I have seen and I have seen people. Um, they'll have emotional arguments or try to create emotional arguments with certain YouTube creators, and
Yes.
then they don't want people to bother with them. So what they do is they'll block them from the group,
Hmm.
and it's something that and you have to do it at times, because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to have chaos.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the inmates are running the asylum, instead of you you know you regulating what's going on in your platform.
Right.
And, and sometimes it seems like somebody these social platforms are very selective as far as who they censor and who they don't censor.
Right.
I mean, I've seen people, I don't know how they manage to get away to saying the crap that they get, like they go away saying. But if you say something inappropriate, um, you get hit with a strike.
Yes. That's why I'm just like, you know what? Certain people, they they're not even worth my time because it's like, for what? You know what I'm trying to say? You have certain people
Yeah,
that will do the worst thing for YouTube views.
yeah. I mean, I've seen certain creators that all they do is reaction videos and nothing else. You take away their content, they're completely lost.
Right.
I mean, and of course, we're not going to mention any names, but we know. I mean, we see the same people obsessing the same topic again, again, and again.
Yeah.
Hmm. But but what can you do? I mean, all you can do is just do what you can to make sure that that you regulate what goes on your platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, Kisha. I
Hey,
hope you're
Keisha,
feeling
how you
well.
doing? I hope you feel. I hope she is feeling well. I didn't know that anything was wrong with her, but I hope that she is feeling well. To tell you the truth.
Well, I did reach out to her this week, yesterday. It's just that she's right now she's going through um, a lot of stuff. I don't know if I have a permission to. but I mean, I know that she did alluded to was her own personal situation um,
All right. Yeah.
on her platform,
Got you.
and what I will say this much, to go through, you know, situation go through is rough, but when you're going through these situations around the time of the holidays, that makes it worse because then you're thinking about um, you know your situation becomes more focused,
Mhm.
and and actually from Thanksgiving to like New Year's, for some people this could be the loneliest time of the year
Yeah.
because they're not with their loved ones, or their loved ones passed away, or their marriages ended, or what have you, or their relationships ended, or they are going through their own emotional trauma.
Right.
So one of the things I've said both on my community tab and on my platform, that if you know someone that's going through whatever personal the situation, try to encourage them and try to reach out to these people. Bear in mind that some people may not be willing um, to allow others to reach out to them, but you just try. Okay. I think this is a situation where there might be some music being played in the background, and then Don Armando has to um, mute himself, so to avoid getting copyright strike.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. I mean, but then you got certain people that they don't. I guess they don't really celebrate the holidays either because either they never celebrated the holidays, or they might have not had like any family at all what to celebrate any holiday with whatsoever. So I have friends like who fall in that category, that what we would consider a holiday is just another day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, my how to bring sanity um, to the holiday season. One of the things we did discuss is like Christmas, and how it was originally not a completely Christian holiday. I mean, basically, what it was, I think it was called Saturnalia, and then what happened was that the church converted into a like as a Christian holiday, because if we take a look at if we take a look at some of the customs, they go back before the birth of Christ.
Right.
Okay,
All right. Yeah.
So and for and for those reasons, some people they don't observe Christmas at all. I mean, like for example, when we think about Christmas, we think about Santa Claus. We think about his sleigh and his reindeer, and the fact reindeer fly, and Santa Claus going all over the world, bringing gifts to the children. I mean, and some of the other habits like the like the Christmas tree, the nativity scene. Um, when you sit down and think about it, you know, I can see it to a certain extent why some people would not observe Christmas. Okay, and also you have to factor in that it has become completely commercialized. I mean, if you go to the stores, you see Christmas stuff in October. Christmas trees, Christmas ornaments, Christmas lights, Christmas whatever, Christmas cookies, Christmas popcorn. I mean, it's an over commercialization of Christmas. Yes. Yes, everyone should follow Keisha's advice. We should like and subscribe to the channel.
Mm, okay. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like that's what it is, over commercialization. Because certain people be like, why the heck I'm going to buy a gift for somebody I don't really like, or or whatsoever. So they would think that they will get like a higher promotion or something. I mean, in my job of itself and everything like that, they might have like a Christmas what they would say is a Christmas party or whatever, but the real Christmas party is the one like where the upper executives have or whatsoever. So I don't know about that.
Yeah. This year I really limited my um who I give gifts to, and
Yeah, I
so
mean,
look,
it's like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like right now, it's just certain people they might have been hurting or they might have been hurting. So it is what it is. So it's just a crazy it's just a crazy thing which is actually happening. I guess in these days whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing we have to bear in mind that the depression goes up sky high during this season.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, look, first of all, you're dealing with people who lost loved ones, people who lost their jobs, people who marriages and their relationship ended. So they're dealing with a lot of emotional trauma, which which is why people are going through these bouts of depression and what have you.
All right, so I have a question to ask you though, Jose.
Yes.
When you went through your divorce or whatsoever, was it did you go through anything or you were just relieved that it was over?
Actually, it was a relief that it was over because it just gotten too toxic.
I mean, well, hey, I have one thing to thank God for is that that person didn't come here and make your life toxic, because then that would have been something to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, look, the fact of the matter was, if she had come to the United States, it would have been completely a hot mess. And the fact of the matter is, for a marriage to work, you need both people who are willing to work at it and to, make whatever changes that needed to be done. He was not in that state that was, he willing to go. And after a while, it got to the point when, enough is enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and it's just right now. I'm just um, using this time as a time of reflection, um,
Right.
to take a look at myself, you know, and to see uh, where I can do better. So that's why this whole point of wearing lipstick, the buy and going crazy with all this meal preparation. I mean, that's not me. To me, I use this time of the year as a time of reflection and to think about what I would like to do for the new year. So Don Armando, are you there? Um, I don't know what's going. I don't know what. No, I hope Don Armando's okay. It's just that the reason why I'm not talking because I actually did 90 minutes of nonstop talking on my platform, so I'm just trying to rest my voice, so to speak. Oh yeah, that's the problem. That's always the problem. Okay. me. I'm sorry. It does that. I just heard something funny. That's all. Okay. But it could be okay.
Yeah, continue, Don Jose.
No, it's just that during the silence, I was just checking. My friends made this video
Right.
about me, and it's like, oh man, he is losing it completely, really completely.
Really. I mean, is that the same guy that's the same guy that's been your friend for a while now that calls you how should I say? I'm not gonna go around repeat it because we're not because he's not relevant. So that's my new thing. All these content creators and so-called trolls, they're not relevant because at the end of the day, they will never and they will never debate me on anything that I say. They just want to go around and troll and troll and troll, and you could tell that they make no money.
Yeah, I mean, look. The fact of the matter is, okay. I'm not saying that my platform is the biggest, baddest, greatest, whatever. Okay.
Right,
However, I have never had to delete my channel for violation of community guidelines.
right.
Okay.
Mm,
Furthermore, my content is pure content. Okay.
yeah,
I mean, I just have. I mean, oh my goodness, this guy is losing. Oh my
yeah,
goodness. All you're doing is just creating more free press for me.
yeah. I mean, that's what it is because it's like it's like at the end of the day, there's one thing which is to me ultimately funny. And me and a colleague of mine, I guess in the music industry, we're just talking about certain negative people and beggars. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm
Yeah.
sick and tired of people like from other nations that are begging. I guess people from Europe, Canada, and the United States, and maybe New Zealand if you actually look for it, for phone cards, for food, for whatsoever. And it's like me personally, I'm trying to get my own food in my car, etc. But yet
Mhm.
these people they want to put like an exorbitant price of what they need. I'm like, hold up, I'm not the rich one here, so therefore you're not going to go and ask me for money every week. If you're gonna do that, I should put you. I should actually put you. I should actually fly you out here to the United States and claim me as my dependent. If you want to be
Mhm.
for real, for real.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. It's just that. Oh boy. You know, all I can say is bless his heart. That's all. Bless his heart, and you know, if you don't have haters, that means you're not popping.
Right?
Hmm. So it is what it is. But I just have to um, play his latest opus magnus, so to speak.
I don't even think I will not even give it a grand title like that. It's just rantings of a lunatic.
Yes, a lonely person from Canada. Okay, that
Wow,
has
Canada. I mean, I mean,
yes,
I
Canada.
mean, Canada for real. I'm like, okay, I can understand if it was a lonely person in the United States, but you're gonna tell me that Canada got these dudes? So you telling me that this guy
Yes,
cannot even cross the border? Like, are you for real?
Mhm. I am for real.
I see why. I mean, if I was living in Canada, I think I would be good. You know, because they got some areas in Canada that is not, albeit metropolitan. You could just go around and eat some burgers and live. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they do have a different health system over there in Canada. I think their help is free. So if I was this individual, I would go get some mental health.
yeah. Yep.
I mean, basically, okay. I just love the caption. Jose, I sit while I pee negron.
Hmm.
Oh boy. Well, like I said, you know, I have my haters. You have your haters. Other people have their haters. So
I mean, it's like I guess that I got my haters to the point that that they blocked me. So that means that I won.
hmm
Yeah. It's just like an ex that blocks you on social media. They are so mad. I had an ex that she blocked me on when when one of my friends passed away. So I guess in her mind she thought I was going to be doing bad, but I guess when she seen a picture of me and my current wife, she just got mad and blocked me. So I won technically.
yeah. And technically, I won because it's like, I mean, if you're that pathetic that all you can do is do reaction videos and what have you, and particularly reaction videos regarding me.
I mean, me personally, you could. It's like this. Like in certain platforms, I've been called an ape and all this other stuff.
Hmm.
But it looks like that. I guess I got more people that blocked me when I was in a certain platform, and I was actually called handsome. So that I guess that closed the hate.
Yeah,
And to me, I know why certain people would actually think of me as a outsider or stuff. I mean, I don't look like your typical person, and then most of the people who would actually be with this conscientiousness or whatever only comes from one area, Washington Heights. People in the Bronx accept who I am. People from
hmm
Queens accept me from who I am, and people from Brooklyn either accept me for who I am. I never really had a problem with Bronx, Queens, and Brooklyn. It's always a Washington Heights person I've always had a a problem with regarding my identity. And this is where I think, and this is where I'm going to give you my synopsis on certain things. And this is my observation, not anybody else's.
Mhm.
My thing is that when you see a whole bunch of Dominicans and you just grow up in a Dominican neighborhood that you never really had much exposure towards other people, and if you do, you might have a negative connotation or whatever, either albeit Spanish colonial thinking, or decades old racism or classism or whatever the case may be. When you mix that and then you actually
Mhm.
go and actually be in an area where it's just a whole bunch of your own people, you would actually think that you're an expert on who is Dominican and who's not. But if they don't really fit your criteria, just because you have your own personal beliefs or whatsoever the case may be, or you have like a child's mindset that you're supposed to be of this faculty or whatsoever, and we're going to do faculty business. To me, is all garbage, and I'm going to tell you why. I just know from an
Mhm.
instant that most of the people who are actually saying that don't really have a social life, and if they do, they don't. You will never hear about them having a wife or anything. They will always talk about, oh yeah, this, that, and the third. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. But guess what? Their their um their setup is actually janky, and most most of the time they're scared to show their face. So my thing is, if you're gonna go fight for a certain group's rights, how the heck you not showing your face? Like, let me see who the heck you are. You want to be hiding against a computer screen, spewing rhetoric, but then you wonder why your channel don't grow.
Mhm.
And then on top of
Yeah.
it, one thing I actually say is that what I salute Radical for is because he actually differentiates within topics or whatever. Talking about certain things or what guys they actually talk about the same thing, and they're not prideful in their conversations.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I find it, I find it hilarious when you think about it that yeah, certain people, certain FBA and ADOS, they get buttered because he's highlighting the fact that there's certain people from that community are being racist. Okay, now mind you, I'm not saying all FBA and ADOS are the same way.
Right.
Okay,
But then,
unfortunately,
hmm but then it's like, well,
unfortunately,
me. All right.
yeah, unfortunately, they're the ones that get get them to make the most noise, and that's why I keep saying it again. Okay, if we're going to bring to light the Latinos or the Hispanics being racist, we need to share the same energy regarding FBA and ADOS who are racist. Because by you failure to do that, what you're doing is you're creating a bad light regarding the community, and then you're creating the illusion that everyone in the community thinks the same way, and we know that's not the case.
Yeah. It's like at the end of the day, whenever I see certain people whatsoever, it's like it's funny.
Yeah.
And it's like
I
with me,
agree.
right? It's like with me. You have certain people who are so tense. It's like, for example, when me and Nakmeezy, we had like a good exchange or whatever, right? In his mind, he actually thought that I was actually FBA or ADOS or whatsoever, and he thought in his mind that I was faking on who I was. When I was on Radical Stream and I actually broke out speaking Spanish, he actually went up and respected it. Now we had like a respectful exchange, no cursing out or whatsoever. And I actually, and you know, with me and Nakneezy was actually on the backstage or whatsoever. It was very respectful. He actually gave me you know, certain things regarding the people in Equatorial Guinea that could yeah. Just 1 second, Jose.
Okay.
All right. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm just saying, like, hopefully, you know, if I move to another place or whatsoever the case may be, it might be a silent, and then I'll try to at least do certain things. So it's just a crazy thing having certain stuff blasted outside or whatsoever the case may be.
Yeah, I can see your point. I can see that point. It could be a real nuisance at times.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, Don Jose, I mean, in Parkchester, I could actually say that now. I guess whenever I make my own music studio, whatsoever the case may be, I'll just, I guess, learn how to soundproof or whatsoever. Because if I'm going to be running a music studio via podcast room or whatsoever, I just want to at least have that space, so therefore I could actually talk or whatsoever, and I won't disturb other people. Because one thing that I've learned from the Donald Trump era, you do not need a Karen to tell you what the heck to do whatsoever, and it's bad for business when you have cat if they have
Hmm.
Karens or whatsoever.
Yeah, I consider myself fortunate because I live on the 10th floor of my building. So,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
but I do see your point, though,
yeah,
and it could be it really could be a pain up to you know what.
yeah. To me, it's actually very funny because of how of the certain stuff that people actually believe, and I'm like, okay,
Hmm. Okay, okay. Don Armando, I'm gonna hop off. First of all, thank you very much for allowing me on your platform, and I just want to
of course,
encourage those who have not done so. Please subscribe to the channel and check out his content.
yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much, and have a good night.
You too,
Take care.
as well, Don Jose. Yeah, I'm still waiting on certain artists to come through. So it is what it is. All right, so I see that we have one viewer. So, you know, you could actually come through. I put the link in the description, so you're welcome to come through to the panel. Yep. So, I'm just relaxing, pero tú sabes, estoy tranquilo esperando de los artistas, por mi gente hablando español. All right, so we have two people looking in the description. Come through o llegan aquí. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wrap up.